Bright QT. Every student matters.
Hello children, welcome to the session. The topic that we are going to cover today is the question and answer section from the topics that we have covered so far. So children, let us begin with the first question on our screens, and it says, how do we connect wires to a cell? So children, how do we connect these wires? Suppose we have a cell over here, and how do we identify the positive and negative terminals? Either we look for the mark of plus or minus as positive and negative terminals. Also there is a metal cap at the positive terminal, right children? So before connecting these connecting wires to the cell, suppose we have this wire, first we will have to remove the insulation from both the terminals of the wire, so that we expose the inner metal wire, and so that it can complete the loop or the electric circuit. Okay children, so after removing these plastic covering or coating on this wire, we will connect it to the cell. And how do we stick these to this? Either we can use the electric tape, which usually you might have seen in blue and black or red colors, right? Either we can stick it with the tape, or children, what we can do is we can use a rubber band, right children? We can use a rubber band over it and you can stick the wire to it. Okay, so these are the ways in which we can connect wires to a cell. So let's move to the next question. How can you stick the wires from a cell to a bulb? How can you stick wires from a cell to a bulb? Okay children, so how we are going to do is, suppose we have a cell with us with positive and negative terminals. As usual, positive terminal with the metal cap over it, and the flat disc one is the negative terminal. We have removed the insulation from the terminals of the wire, right? We had the wires, you remember, wire have plastic coatings over them. So from the terminals of these wire, we remove the coating, right? And we will stick this with the help of a rubber band. Okay, we have placed a rubber band and we have sticked these connecting wires. Then we have a bulb over here. Again, bulb has two wires connected to it, and again the wires which are connected to the bulb have the insulations removed from their terminals. Now how do we connect them? We will just intertwine these together, and we can cover it later with the electric tapes that is available in the market, electric tapes. Or children, we can just intertwine them and it will be done. Okay children, this is the way how we connect the wires. Okay, so let's move ahead with the next question. Observe the given image and tell if the bulb will glow or not. So children, observe this image and can you tell me if the bulb will glow in this case or not? So children, let us start the way we have done. See, we have named the wire which is connected to the positive terminal of the cell as 1, and the wire which is connected to the negative terminal of the cell, we have named it as 2. This is wire number 3 and this is wire number 4. So what we have done children, we have connected the wire 4 to the second wire, and we have connected wire 3 to the negative terminal. That is, we have connected both the wires 3 and 4 to the negative terminal of the cell. Whereas if we observe the wire 1, we have left it free. Right children? So in this case, can you see the loop completed? No children, the loop is not completed, and therefore in this case bulb will not glow. Okay children, in this case the bulb will not glow. Then let's move to the next question. Give an activity to make an electric bulb light up using an electric cell. So children, we have to conduct an activity in which we have to make an electric bulb light up using an electric cell. And for this, what we are going to do is children, we will take two things and we will take 4 wires. We need 4 connecting wires, we need a bulb, and we need an electric cell. Okay children, now children, since this question is asked to you in the form of an activity or in the form of an experiment, how are you going to present it in your examinations? First of all, you will write the aim of it, that is lighting up the bulb using a cell. Then you will write about the materials required, and these are the materials required we have already written. Now you will write the procedure. And children, whenever you write procedure in the science paper, what you have to make sure is you have to write the procedure in points. Okay children, so what you are going to do is, first we will take a cell. To the positive terminal we will connect a wire, to the negative terminal we will connect another wire. We name this wire as 1 and this as 2, and before connecting the wire we have to make sure that we remove the plastic covering from the edges of the wire. And why do we do this? We do this so as to expose the inner metal wire so that we can complete our electric loop. Okay children, whereas in this case now we will take, in the second step is, we will take this bulb and connect two wires to it, and we name them as 3 and 4. And children, again while connecting these two wires we have to make sure that the insulation is removed from the edges, right children? Now let's move ahead. Let us see how we can connect this cell with a bulb. Let's move ahead, and children, we can observe that what we are going to do is, we will connect wire 1 with wire 3, and if we connect wire 4 with wire 2, what we have done is, we have completed the loop. See, from positive terminal to cell, then again from bulb to cell. Here we had the bulb. Okay, so we have completed the loop of electric current, and this is the reason why the bulb will start glowing. Then children, in next case what we have done, we have connected wire 1 with wire 4, and here we have connected wire 2 with wire 3, and in this case also children, we observed the bulb glowing, right? And why does this happen? So children, from these two arrangements we can see that irrespective of the fact that which terminal of the cell is connected to which terminal of the bulb is glowing. The only condition necessary is that we have to complete the loop. Okay children, so let us see what are the other ways in which we can connect these two, and where and will the bulb glow in those cases or not. Okay, so children, let us see this second arrangement. In this arrangement what we have done, you can see we have wire 1 and wire 3 are not connected. We can see the space between them, right? Whereas we have connected wire 2 with wire 4 properly, and in this case we can observe that bulb is not glowing. Why children? Because we have broken the loop. The loop is not complete, and in this case the bulb will not glow. Then let's move to the next arrangement or setup. In this children, we have connected wire 1 with wire 3, but we have not connected wire 2 with wire 4, and we can observe the gap between these two, and again the loop is incomplete. We have an incomplete loop over here, and we know that whenever the loop is incomplete, the bulb will not glow. Okay children, let's move to the next type of arrangement. In this arrangement children, what we did was, we connected wires 3 and 4 both to the positive terminal of the cell, whereas we have left the negative terminal free. So children, in this case what happens is, you can observe that the circuit or this loop is not complete, and we have connected both the wires connected to the bulb to only one terminal of the cell. So in this case bulb will not glow up children. Okay, let's move to the next arrangement. And children, in this arrangement similarly we have connected wires 3 and 4 to the negative terminal of the cell, and in this case again children, the bulb will not glow up. Why children? Why bulb will not glow? Because the circuit or the loop of electric current is incomplete, or we can say it is broken. Incomplete loop, or the loop is broken, and we can say in this case the bulb will not glow. Okay children, so you can observe these arrangements where the bulb will not glow, right children? So I really hope that you would have understood this activity children really well, and the only two arrangements where the bulb will glow is where we have completed the loop, and it is not dependent on which terminal of the cell is connected to which wire connected to the bulb. Okay, the only condition necessary is that the loop has to be completed. Okay children, so let's move to the next question. Name 3 appliances which run on electricity. Very easy question, children, but 90% of students will get confused over here and they will think which appliances run on electricity. Isn't it confusing? So children, it is not at all confusing. You just have to name any device which is run on electricity. For example, you can write tube light. Will it glow if there is no electricity? No, it will not glow up, but it is an appliance that runs on electricity. You can write your air conditioners. You can write your refrigerators. And you can name children as many devices. Look around yourself. There are a number of devices that runs on electricity. Okay, children. So let's move to the next question. What is the difference between a cell and a battery? So children, what is a cell? Cell is just one unit of this which has two terminals, positive and negative, which we identify with either the mark of plus and minus which is given on the cell, or we can identify the positive terminal with this metal capping. Whereas children, if we connect two or more cells together, we call it as a battery. So battery is the combination of cells. It is the only difference between a cell and a battery. And how does this cell or battery produces electricity, children? Because these cells have stored chemicals inside them. They have stored chemicals which are responsible for generating electricity. Right, children? So let's move to the next question. How does a cell produce electricity? Now the question comes, how does a cell produce electricity? So children, as usual, the cell with positive and negative terminal, it has stored chemicals inside it which undergo chemical reaction and produce electricity. Okay, children? So the stored chemicals inside the electric cell are responsible for producing electricity. Let's move to the next question. Next question is, what is the source of light in a torch? So children, if we have a torch, suppose there is a power failure situation at your house and it is night time, so what are you going to do? You will use a torch, right? And children, how does this torch produces light? It has cells inside it, right, children? So because of the cell, the torch is able to produce electricity or light. So this is it. These were the question and answers from the topic that we have covered so far. So thank you so much for your attention.